Chief, when you saw the fixture list, the draw come out and you got a trip to Western Australia, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I was disappointed, to be fair, because it's a long trip, long travel. But again, look, you're going to go all around Australia, so better knock them off first, and then we'll go a shorter trip next time.
And in terms of, you've had one game under your belt against Wrexham. Is there anyone who didn't feature in that who has now become available that will be involved in this one?
Polo Retro, that's the only one. Yeah, pretty much it'll be the same team. And then it'll just be a couple of the boys from the academy that did really well in that second half, and they'll get a promotion, and actually looking really forward to the game.
Which of those academy guys are going to make the trip?
We're probably looking at boys like Mac, Candy, Arnaru, Ferg, Amon. I think I'm missing one. Will come to me. All those boys. Yeah.
Did they impress you last weekend to get this opportunity that maybe they're putting their hand up for inclusion in the first team squad later on? Is this like an opportunity for them?
Yeah, no, I thought they did really well, to be fair, the second half. It wasn't, look, everyone looks at the game differently. It wasn't so much from a tactical side. I thought it was just more the output and energy they gave. They gave 100%. Like, couldn't fault them. I was actually really bored with the performance of the first half team as well. I thought they gave the same energy. We were more to structure, a little bit different vibe. But I was very happy with both teams.
Who are your left back options this season?
I would say all the left-footed players that we have at the moment.
So are there players that you're trying to convert to be left
I think Lucas has played, left back a number of times.
Yeah.
Carlo's got a left foot.
Yeah.
Might get another left footer as well. We'll see.
But you see, Carlo as being someone that you might like to play with?
I think I've alluded to that in the press release. I think Carlo has many attributes, and I think his left foot is one that is probably one of the best in the league, and I want to get him into attacking situations. But the way we're going to play, he might have to come and defend a little bit as well.
And what role do you see Kazuki playing? Did you think he did
Kazu?
quite? Yeah. Do you think he did quite well? Was it like
as a six?
Yeah, deep line playmaker.
No, I think that role suits him the best. I thought him and Finn Kochi were actually really good partnership. They've been working really well in the pre-season.
One important spot left. So, have you got a definite position in mind?
There's an ongoing debate, Piney, of what the right choice is. I think you need some experience at the back in terms of seniority and leadership. Actually, it doesn't really need to be an older player, it just needs to be someone that can lead. So I'm looking for that. I'm also looking for someone that can score goals and create goals. And it's just a matter of finding that fine balancing act, A little bit, I'd say the local market, both Australian and Kiwi, a little bit bare at the moment in terms of those positions, because obviously the good ones are taken up or have contracts already or snapped up earlier. But again, I'm not going to rush into that, so I really need to find the right balance.
Just on the academy guys who step up, you talked about the enthusiasm, energy, output, and I feel like that's a base level. When you come out in front of 25,000 people, you're going to be up for it. How can you tell a player is ready to make the tactical step up to the first team?
That's probably more down to how they perform at training on a consistent basis. I look at all that. I look at how they, if they're consistent in terms of attitude, how they are with instruction. If I try to evolve something, whether or not they can adapt to it very quickly. This year I'm going for a little bit more engagement with the players, and I usually can get a fair gauge of where they're at.
And winning, obviously, you want to win every football match, but
Yep.
in order to get another meaningful fixture
Yep.
in this pre-season, how important is that?
Look, I'll say it again. I go into every game wanting to win. I heard some, I hear some things, in the back burner that, like we've got a younger team and it's about development. But that's all crap. The whole thing is that we want to win every game. You can balance both things, winning and playing a younger team and developing players. It really comes down to mentality, right? And how they're prepared for every game. So that's the one thing that is a big shift and focus for this season. I think I alluded to it end of last year as well, that if we improve the mindset, we're going to go into every game wanting to win every game.
And it has been a bit of stumbling block, I guess, in previous years, the lack of meaningful pre-season games or even games against other A-League teams. I mean, Newcastle can go down the road to Central Coast, for example.
Yeah,
Harder
sure.
for the Phoenix to do that. Have you got an idea of what your pre-season getting closer to October might look like?
Yeah, we're in the discussions now. There's a potential of a pre-season tour, which, I mean, I won't disclose the details, but that's looking promising. We've got other clubs that have reached out for 2 games that we have to travel over there, and that there's some sort of agreement between the clubs in terms of cost. It ultimately does come down to cost because travelling is quite expensive. But that's not to say you can't have a good pre-season without those games. You definitely need 2 games or 3 games to get your team ready against good opposition. I mean, the first year that I was in charge, we only played Newcastle and Victory. Leading to the season, we had a good year. So I think it's more to do with training, how hard you work, how fit you are going to the pre-season, how well synced they are, how they absorb the playing model. There's a lot to it. So I think just not having games is not the answer, in order to have a good season.